for you, and I would have waited a minute or two to start the show because if you can hear, I'm making some tea, and there's a few more words that I want to condense into the title of the show, which would have been energy density, um, and caloric intake, as well as stupidity of energetics, and what you might call quality of energy versus quantity of energy. And this has to do with the title. If I can get all of the words right, and I don't think I will, but frequency and density and the original idea on this was that people consume so many things, but what is the effect and how much energy is in there? Like, let's think of it this way. I'm gonna give you a very simple idea. If you were to take something that has no caloric value, take some LSD, no caloric value, but it does have an energetic value. Mushrooms, very minimal. As a as a as a as a as a quantity, small. You can't really burning it. It's not going to do so. That's caloric. It doesn't have any value to the world. Like you could burn coal, you could burn a tree, and just do it just to burn it, like burning money, or you could use that to invest into something. So its energetic potential could perhaps be the, I don't want to say condensation, but I think that might be correct. So you could eat 3 meals a day and get your 2,000 calories. If you think that matters at all, because you don't even know what, is it in fats, is it in sugars, is it quality sugars, is it what are you gonna do with it anyways? Why some people look at a cake and they get fat, and other people can eat 6 pounds of cake and not get fat? There's something there, and it also has to do with what other energies are in the person and in the whatever they're consuming. Consumption happens in many ways: through your ears, through your eyes, through your nose, through your mouth. Now, if I sit here and drink a beer and eat, I went and got cookies to perhaps show you an idea. And also, I'm making some tea, and I'm going to put some sugar in it, and we'll explore the notion, the idea of what quality energy is and what just running your wheels and your mouth for no reason, because a lot of people like to jibber jabber for no reason. Now, while we all can do that, and it's very fun, get around your friends and you just talk all the dumb shit you want. But you should make a habit of using energy to do something as a qualitative, energetic force to move the world along, to move energy to change things that need to be changed and allow things in their frequency to be given more of it. A mountain, if it's a good mountain, give that energy. And some mountains deserve to be knocked down, so knock them down. Some buildings make them bigger and some destroy them. Language that people convey, the essence, the essential source of the language is still energy, but it has nothing to do with whether they're going to, from the energy, speak something forth, its quality or ignoramus. You ever see these people just out there going, yeah, yeah, yeah? You ever see these cats that just go and do all the wild shit, but there's no organization to the insanity? Other people, like, if they're like wild off their rocker, they're there for a reason. They have something to say, and it's an organization of an explicit amount of energy that you coalesce. I think might be correct here. Could be wrong about the word, but it's how do you tangibly furnish society and the world and people's ears with something that will, if I say enough right things to you, you will make a habit of changing the way that you interact with the world, which in turn causes energy to be created, even though you think it's just ignorant nonsense that I might be saying. But most people, what they'll do is they'll find I need the science behind that. How much science does anybody need? When someone says I need the science, what they're saying is I'm never going to believe anything that anyone says. They're untrustworthy because they're untrusting. They need science behind it. Okay, I'll give you this scientific journal. They don't want that one. They want the one that supports their belief system. And so their belief system is that. But here's the trouble. Let me show you. If they want caloric intake of information, information is caloric intake. It means a bunch of calories. It means you can burn this. You can burn a pile of shit. And it's going to give you energy, right? Does that person want to eat shit? Because as far as I can tell, I think they might eat shit. Because they don't want the things that I'm saying. I'm saying, hey, why don't you eat these fruits and vegetables and drink some piss and da-da-da-da. This is going to be very healthy for you. And they go, well, there's not enough caloric intake. Where's the science behind that? I'm like, okay, then fine. Go ahead and just eat a bucket of dirt and a pile of fucking monkey shit. There's more caloric intake. You know, you think you know something. So tell me about how I'm going to be a big fucking weightlifter and be, 6,000 calories a day. I eat chickens and eggs and all this. See, this is, trust me, they put the work in. That's why they're getting it done. It has nothing to do with their diet. Their diet is actually probably inhibiting them on becoming stronger, but that's not the point here, is it? It's about saying more and doing less. A lot of people do that. I talk a lot, but I promise you, what I'm saying is it's affecting people's psyches, their soul, on reason, for a purpose. It's not to like diminish who you are or what you are, but everybody else likes to just go, well, I know how this shit works. No, you don't. No, you don't. Here, sit with me for a week and don't eat. That's easy for me. That, you know what, that's gonna be difficult. Say maybe 2 weeks. Don't eat. Just drink water. All right, now drink your piss. You think you're willing to? No, you can't do that. The point is, you have no idea what the quality, energetic, informed information provides for the human system, as the way crystals are formed in this magical there's a way that the crystals just, and they vibrate and they do, but no, you like diamonds, which are more plentiful than just about anything on the planet, that you're willing to pay $10,000 for something that is literally a fucking rock that they put on miter saws to cut wood. Now I'm gonna go finish my beverage here and I'll be back in a second. Good to see everybody, and we'll talk more further about energy. So caloric intake. Let's get into that. So let's get into how I can explain to you that calories really have no and it's not no meaning. It's just that it's not what you think it is, right? If you can go and do, I'm gonna need a mascara. If you can smoke weed, how much calories did you ingest smoking weed? For all you potheads out there, all you potheads, how much calories did you intake? But it gave you energy to change your consciousness. Or people that do things like, some people when they smoke, they want to go do things, right? Maybe you run through the forest and you play basketball, you do something, I don't know what the fuck you do. Some people are lazy, couch dwellers, but that has literally nothing to do with the energy that you're given, which has nothing to do with an actual physical amount of caloric intake of substance. How much substance is in smoke? Huh? I mean, physically, if I eat a donut, there's a lot there. But what happens after you eat a donut? You feel like a pile of fucking dog shit, right? You could eat something that is like an orange. There's not much there, but you want to go do something afterwards. So the lack of, calories, like you want to count the calories, whatever. What's giving you more energy, nutrition, to go about and live life? And could there be a better way? Which is why some people that say there's the higher form to life, which is in the dense world, there's something to eat, and then you make a soup, which is, soupy and like easily go through the system, and then you smoke something, and that's etheric, and it goes through your system much quicker, and you get more energy off of it. So give me one more second. Sorry, y'all. I gotta piss. Speaking of piss, like, why not recycle yourself? That's right. It's not funny, huh? I think you guys can hear my echoes of my voice from this vantage point. It's fucking cinnamon banana pancakes. Remind me to come back in here and put some sugar. If you guys remember this, I need to put some sugar in my iced tea. So what is it? What is it about people that they eat less and they have more energy? What are they consuming? Hello, what's up, Skull? When they believe in science, it's called Zion. They believe in Zion, the illusion. Zion means illusion. What's up, Christopher Lee? I haven't seen you in a little bit. Oh, skinny fat. We'll talk about that in a second. I'll get to why that is. It's just because of my dietary habits. I'm skinny, athletic, fat. It goes in. It's a very. I go from 140 to 180, and somewhere in between chubby and skinny and athletic and strong. It just depends on my. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, the rings are the way to go. Rings are a good workout. Oh yeah, my music. I can't do that right now. I can play something. Give me a second. Let me find the remote control. I'll put some music on. I can put my music on in the background. Here's the problem, Papa. Uh, calling you Papa is fucking hilarious, anyways. But putting my music on the background is a difficult task because I had to take most of my videos down, and my other music I'd have to play it. Like I'd actually have to do it. Where the hell is my? Where's the remote control? Oh, here it is. So, let's see here. Yeah, I'll put some music on the background. I know my voice isn't soothing enough, but I do have to go. Here, just give me a moment, and I'll put the music on and fill my iced tea up with a little bit of sugar, and we'll go from there. And I'll get you some music on. But yeah, I would love to put my music on. Just would take a whole fucking take a whole goddamn thing. Uno momento, por favor. Stick around, it'll be fun, I promise. I think I'm gonna be able to get the jazz for you right now. Oh man, let's just go right. This is so funny. Because I'm using the TV thing, I can't rewind it the way I want to, and I don't know how to. So I have to do this again. Okay. Should go right to the beginning. Right to the beginning. Oh, here we go. This is sexy. Tell me you can hear it. When I come back, I'll check it out. But I gotta go make this iced tea, and almost there. So here's the idea that I want to give, that I don't think about these things before I say them, which is obvious because I sound like a complete raging lunatic that speaks nothing but fallacious, incomprehensible tones Except for I'm going to use Savan Bomar, one of the greater teachers out there, on this idea when I come back. And I think he said it better than Einstein's fake ass did. But Einstein, as much as he didn't really exist the way you think, it's about what energy is. Let me explain to you energy. We're going to etheric realms right now. Let's just go to, just bypass all of the stop limiters and get right to the ether. Plasma, etheric, beyond time and space. I'll explain it. Very simple. It's called imagination. If you had no energy right now, you're like sitting there, and you're like, what is this whole thing? What is the whole value of this? Why be here? Why do this? Why live? Oh, this life is crazy. I gave you a story before I give you the solution completely. I'm going to give you two parts. One is a story that I heard today. There's a friend of mine has this child. Brand new to the world. Hilarious. Funny. Laughy. Curly hair. Just funny little kid. Like, just so cute. Whatever. You know, everybody says, hey, kid's cute. Whatever. But he is. He's pretty awesome. And her father was pretty much on his deathbed. And met this child. And woke up. Didn't eat the child. Consumed no foods. But it was a radiant life force. It was an idea. Savan said it this way. If you woke up and somebody said, here is the ticket, and I guarantee you this is the winning numbers to the lottery, how would that change your life? Would you have... it's just energy. But imagine all the things you would do if you had the energy to do that. I'm not telling you, I'm not going to get into where is that formed from, but kind of. But let's just say you were going to win the lottery. Wouldn't you? Do you remember the movie? I think anybody could guess the movie. Let's see if we can do this. Can you guess the movie that I'm thinking about right now? I know you can. Look at that. Look at that. Watch. I'm going to say it, and you already know what it is, and someone's going to type it in as soon as I say it. Watch. I'm going to even think it. It doesn't even matter if I think it. I can think something else. You already know the movie. What is it? It's a poor family. There's a chocolate bar involved. There's an old man. He's sitting on the bed. And all of a sudden, somebody gets the winning ticket. He jumps up and runs around. He's got a reason to live. And Savan said it like this. If you won that lottery, your imagination would instill into every single... He didn't say this part. I'll tell you how it works. It instills your mind, starts to imagine all these things, and it lights up everything going on in your... I don't want to use all the words. Your cortex and whatever. Your brain lights up and you go, wow, apparently now my body functions again. Because you assume and you make the... You can see the future and you bring that to yourself. If I gave you $10 million, tell me you wouldn't want to live tomorrow. What would you do with $10 million? What other story you want? So this guy, he's end of his life. He's just his wife cheated on him, and he's got nothing. He's got a credit card. He just goes and buys a ticket to Mexico, and he goes and does a bunch of cocaine and screws a bunch of hookers. And he felt like there's a reason to live. A little different story, but nonetheless, it was about imagination of what the possibilities are. And if you realize that there's more to your imagination than just going, oh, Eeyore, I'm downtrodden. You can produce magical, wonderful things, and that is energy. Energy comes out of imagination. Imagination is creativity, and then produces energy, and that energy then continues that forth, and it starts up an engine again. It's the engine of the fucking world. Oh, welcome. Hi. If anybody doesn't know me, I'm Zen, and you are you. Willy Wonka. Thank you, Kirk. There you go. Yeah, that is Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka. Go watch the movie. Willy Wonka. The first one was better. They could have done something much better with Tim Burton, and you know what I mean. Like you could have. It was good, but Tim Burton's done so many great movies, so much creativity, so much awesomeness. There was no reason for him to go that way with. It just. It was good, but the first one, yeah, you'll see what it is. So every time you're just sitting there like look, I've already made 2 videos today, and earlier today I woke up and I said, I don't want to make a video. I don't have anything to do. I just sit here in my own stench. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to open a window. I don't fucking have to. Then I said, oh wait, I forgot. I'm more creative than that. Go do something. I looked, and because of thanks to all of you here, I looked in one of my accounts, and I was like, oh shit, I made some money today. So I can go and collect myself a beer, which is back to what is energy. Not a lot of caloric intake, but there's energy in here, and I use it differently. Some people might use it for a different reason. You might use food, and it make you lazy. You know, there's a way to use energy that is creative, and some is and don't get me wrong, there's sometimes at the end of the day, what I want to do is I just want to take a nap. And you know what I'll do? I'll eat a bunch of heavy, dense food so I can go to sleep. And then don't worry, after I go to sleep, about 2 hours, my body will start to process the food, and I'll be able to get out of body and go into another realm, which is a higher level. How to teach people how to do that is really difficult, but it does. Food and sleeping does serve a purpose. If you had no dreams, you wouldn't wonder about what's possible here. I had like 6 dreams last night that I kept knowing that I was in a dream, but it was so much exactly like this tangible, me talking, me seeing things, and I was like, what can I really do right here? Like, is this real? And I just like, let's see the dumbest thing I can do right now. And I had the dumbest shit I could do. And then I just like levitated, floated around, and everybody's like, cool, what's up? Awesome, good to see you. That was both sides of it. But here, people go, I don't know, can I do that? Is that okay? As long as you're not, I think the most basic thing about how to function and use energy is either give it to other people so they can do something beneficial with it, or use it to benefit others. But remember, it's not always about service to others, because unless you have it yourself, you can't give it to anybody else. So find your way to energy, and once you have it, you can call it energy. You know, they say energy and energy, and so you start to collapse. It's like if you're an introvert versus an extrovert will always expend energy, and they'll just spread it out, and they run thin real quick. But if you're an introvert, what you do is you take a cyclone and you pull it into yourself, into your heart, into your dantian, into the being that you are, and then you overwhelm yourself with energy, and then it explodes out of you. That's what Dan Winter explains. It's implosion technology. And if you understand that you can't do both at the same time. It's like playing a didgeridoo. Great instrument if you can do that cyclical breathing, but if you force energy into you while you're doing that, it's like you have to charge up the thing before you can. It's in breath, out breath, and you have to function on the idea that you cannot breathe out and help anyone unless you can breathe in first. That's the idea. And where does that energy come from? Primarily, primordial source code is imagination. Even the spirit of the breath is only involved secondary before the plasma. The plasma, the whole goo of reality is just there. In a dream, you don't breathe. Try breathing in a dream, see what happens. You'll wake up. You weren't breathing until you thought about it. So there you go. Forcing a dead show. Yeah, I mean, you know, I was gonna use who's that? There's a bunch of, you know, the dead. You know, I don't know if you had friends that followed the dead. If you get the reference, I don't know. We're surrounded by dead people, and if you are actually living in part of this whole creation mythos, I guess is the correct word, the mythos of creation, because other people don't believe it to work that way, then you would instill life into things that are dead. You could bring things to life. Have you ever seen something that's dead and you just did something and it just came back to life? It's crazy. It could be something as simple as charging a phone in your hand, or a plant or a tree that's starting to die, and all of a sudden you just. It's pretty unique. All right, so my tea is almost done because now I've put ice on it and all this. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. in the posh neighborhood porches. Posh is such a good word. British, the British posh light. So I think there was someone that explained it like this. Uno momento. One moment. Let me just clean. I gotta clean up a little bit because I've made a mess over here. You know, like where does? And again, even though I've given the idea, like where does energy to do anything come from? It doesn't. That's like trying to find out what the source code of reality is. Like, what is the universal prime creator, the UPC code? The universal prime creator, God, the goddess, the essence of life. Where does it come from? I can't explain it. It just happens. It's like it. You know, when someone asks an artist to do something and they're like, well, "What do you want me to do?" I don't ask a musician to play for you. Like, just here play. You're like, shut the fuck up. Ask a comedian to tell you a joke. And be like, how? What? What's the joke? What's the joke? How about tell me a joke? I'm not here to entertain you. Entertain yourself. Then you have to go, oh, how do I entertain myself? And you get caught up in the idea of how to entertain. Entertainment is entrainment of the mind. You entertain an idea, and the idea, its source, you can't. I could look at this and be like, oh, there's a fucking light bulb there. Why is the light bulb red? I don't know. Can I make a different color? You know, that could be a source. Then you'd be like, oh, but who made the light bulb? And then, you know, you gotta play that backwards mapping game. Is anybody having fun yet? So the Pashis don't appreciate or look at them, but they'll shut the door and then inside straight to work, repeat. So I went in and loved them up. Thank you. You made me choke on how funny that is, because that's literally like I think I might have said this yesterday or last show, maybe a couple days ago, that like the pool boy is more entertaining than the rich husband is. How does he exist? Yeah, how do they exist? How do these people with this innate, um, intrinsic intelligence, because they don't allow for an affront on their own ability to decode whatever is happening. Like, I'm not thinking whenever I'm talking, sometimes here, but just you can look closely. This is me. I'm just somehow decoding quickly. I'm not going. I could sit here and go, okay, let me download and do this. You know these people that do the what's it called? They can just, hi, my name is cranberry fruitcake, and this is the one I'm going to express to you. And they're trying to use a different being. I don't do that. No, I know how it can be done. Pretty easy to do. With people like, they call it multiple personality disorders. No. They can get deep into that because they're bypassing their conscious mind to go into somewhere else in their subconscious mind. I maintain my conscious mind. I can still access other past life memories or somebody else's ideas or whatever. Like, it's not too difficult, but we always put these limiters on what we're capable of doing, which is why people have a lack of creativity, a lack of capacity to do anything other than what they're subscribed to doing, because that's what they need to do. Here's how I get to tomorrow. Tomorrow does not ever show up. It never comes. It doesn't exist. The blood sucking. Oh man. Isn't that interesting? It's semen sucking, blood sucking, and there's a way to offer your semen, your blood, your knowledge, your being, your essence to other people without it being pulled from you. It's the difference between having burp gone the fucking building. Relationships that are binded by someone else's need for what you have versus an exploration into it's a conduit towards ever evolving essence of the source to provide for the rest of the universe. It's like if I seed with something and put it into this little substrate and then it blossoms and becomes a flower, then everyone can smell that flower, where other people just want to consume and eat of the tree of knowledge, of the tree of good, of the tree of life, of the flower, of the fruits, and not share. That's where the world went wrong. I think it appears, it seems, it's my understanding. Hmm. Thank you for saying the right way. A negative. Thank you, Papa Maya. Yeah, Papa Mali. Right. Then people have to realize this too, and we'll just delve into this a little deeper. There is a positive narcissist. Narcissus wasn't to, if you understand the whole story about what he was looking at, and then the furthering of the story about who she was looking at, Narcissus, and there's a second part to the story, which is I suggest you all look into, because it was the person that was getting to observe Narcissus, which was the woman that was the water, that what she didn't realize is Narcissus was looking into her to find himself, and she was also looking into him. That's the second part of the story. The initial part of the story that people don't realize is Narcissus wasn't looking at himself, he was looking at the water. But people go, no, he was looking at his reflection. No, 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 no. Narcissus. The story comes about as Narcissus was, but there is a positive to being a Narcissus or a narcissist, which is that if you pay attention to yourself, you can have more to give other people. What would you rather have? Somebody that isn't confident and comfortable and wonderful in their own being? They would never give you anything. They couldn't. Would you want the crackhead in the corner that smokes methamphetamines for breakfast and like steals fucking people's money for lunch? Or do you want somebody that just has a self-worth and value just because they don't give it to everyone? Just because a lot of people they'll say that person is self-righteous and narcissistic because they don't share with them, but it's like maybe you didn't deserve it. You know how many times I've given away things to people that didn't deserve it, and then I took a second look at like who am I giving my energy and money to, and I said I'll stop doing that, and then they would look at me all wrong, but so I'm an asshole for not giving my money away to somebody that is a succubus, and you know that's you have to really understand that like having self-love first is it looks really fucking bad to people that are like okay. Obviously, people that are at the top of the thing going, here, eat this fucking thing and be addicted to the chemicals I'm going to provide you because I need more. That's the bad version. Somebody that has a lot of money that goes, hey, who really, really requires this and needs this? And if I gave this to you, could you plant the seed and make something more beautiful with it? Most people don't know who those people are because I'm not saying you, but most people they're not capable. They don't even know what a garden looks like. They don't even know how to build a house. They don't even know what their body temple is. They don't know how to give or grants, or they don't know about wonder. All they know about is need. Are we doing this whole talk right now? Shit. Yeah, you know what? Ninja, I'll give you this much. As much as I think everybody in the system, the Reds, the Blues, the Republicans, the Democrats are part of the system, there are some that are just going, no, I don't think this should exist this way. So as much as I'll just say the system is the system, there are people like that. They're like, nah, I get it. Like the people that even that if I'm a governor, if I'm a state representative, they start to notice that like there's a million people that rely on you, not just where you're getting your paycheck, because you could get your paycheck and make $1 million, but if you had 1 million people relying on you that gave you two, you'd make 2 million. Even if you're selfish, you should still serve those people, because 2 million people, it's more important that they have some, you give them something in return, because that's what your goal is. It's not to make a fucking, it's to tell the people that are at the top, like, fuck off. And that's really cool. I mean, I've only heard him speak a few times, and he doesn't seem like he's speaking for anybody but himself and his constituents. And his constituents, which, if you understood Florida as a totality, where did most of the original? Now he doesn't look like it, but there's a lot of white boys that are tribal. The tribes, the Seminoles, the real Indian folk, the southern parts of the region, right underneath that's where they exist. So don't you think it would look a little like it does? And like, why he's just like, nah, that's not like, if we went back to like state for state, which I think it's ridiculous, like the whole thing, like how the states divide up or whatever. I'm just saying, like, if every like, could you imagine living in could you imagine living in Chicago and having that thing think it controls all of Chicago's narrative, whatever that man looking Beetlejuice thing? Could you imagine that's what represents your, like, because I've been through Chicago and nothing in Chicago looks like that, nor do people act like that, and that's okay. But Florida, that motherfucker is, well, Texas, yeah, I'm all right. New York, that's the worst part of New York, right? Don't worry, you get both of the sides of like the mafioso kind of shit, but there's a good mafia. If you don't understand that, there's like everybody's a tribe, everybody's a cult, everybody's a culture, everybody's a part of some sort of grouping. And in the groups that allow more in-grouping from other groups to allow everybody to come together to go, we kind of agree on most of the same shit. And then other ones are like, no, and that's I don't, the Florida cat, he ain't doing that shit. That's pretty interesting. So perhaps, maybe. Arcane, yeah. Reanimated corpse. uh, um, hey, I mean, if you think the most important part about your question about going bald, if you think it will work, it will work. But if you want something that's going to be better, um, balding happens from a different organ. But just if you wanted hair to grow again, there's a thing they actually sell, and it's so funny because it's one of those things that looks like a fucking cheap bullshit ass like, put this thing on your head and scrape. It's like a roller with a bunch of pins on it. Well, it's opening up blood vessels and it's getting blood to go to your skull, and for your facial hair or your skull to grow, massage your scalp, do this shit, and then put things that will cause blood to go there, because blood will carry all of the nutrition, and then start eating. I would eat bamboo shoots, sugar cane, use that shit, and maybe turpentine and shit and things on the head. It's gonna bring blood to here. The healing is through the blood. If you got a problem somewhere, put blood there. That's why the blood is coming out of the wound, because the blood is actually causing the healing, because it's the blood is plasma, water, plasma, and then the nutritional value of what will heal that wound. And to have less hair is meaning there's no silica coming out of your hair because things got backed up in your system. I'm assuming that product that you're talking about is probably pulling energy there, but it's probably going to come out of somewhere else in your body. But if you were just whatever the fuck you do for, like, I don't know what your dollar amount is, I don't know what you do for a living, I don't know where you spend your money. If you spend $100 a week on coffee and McDonald's and whatever, spend 100 and get 2 massages a week and make sure they work on your head and neck. We'll see if your hair doesn't grow back in about 3 months. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's PayPal, Cash App, and the other one, whatever, Venmo. I don't know. It should work, but if it doesn't, you can always find me other platforms. Meaning, just holler at me. You could just send it to somebody else. They'll send it to me. I don't fucking know. It's there's always, I don't know how much money has been like not presented to me through avenues that people were supposed to, for just not, like, people have sent me money and then I didn't accept it. Why wouldn't I accept the money? And then it just vanished. It was like, oh, you didn't accept it in 48 hours. It's like, why would I have to accept money someone's giving me? Like, that's how I live. I lost quite a few hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Because, like, I didn't know how to answer my emails. Like, oh, it's okay, they give me money. Yeah. Anyways. Scotland. He's in the yard. All right, bananas and blow. Oh, I'm gonna piss again, and I think I might drink some this time. So I would do it on camera, but you can't let people know that you drink piss, because that would inspire people to be more healthy, or be completely fucking retarded. Oh, you drinks his piss. Look at him. He looks so stupid for his advanced age of, what did you say I was? Like 56? You fuck. How dare you? So they say don't reinvent the wheel, which I won't, but I will reinvent the will. So I will, in my next videos, maybe I'll just intervent, an intermediary of my knowledge of what I used to say, and it would be like a long video, very, I would explain it over like 3 or 4 videos, maybe like 3 hours, and I'll try to condense it, and we'll get into some of the ideas of how to name something. I come across, I know when I say like I'm pretty sure I know more than most people, I come across like a fucking dickhead. Like, I know more than you. Yeah, but if I do, like, okay, if you need a house built, who the fuck do you go to? I would guess somebody that knows how to build a house. Okay, so I could do that. And Temple proper, I know about that shit. So I'm gonna go reinvent that, and whether it's magic or how to whatever it is, I don't know. They're just I push them aside and we'll reinvent them. Oh yeah, did you see what it says? You have to. It's an alternative future. Alternative future. Yeah. From a Slim Jim. How yeah, there about 67, yeah. Yeah. Cash App isn't being easy. TSAR capital X. it's capital TSAR capital XEN. It should be that easy. People from certain areas, it just doesn't link up so well. If PayPal doesn't work, .me, same thing, / capital TSAR capital XEN. And other ones, I mean, like I have like another source. I think I don't know if I put it on here, but it was like if you have like the thing that everybody uses now, what the fuck, the Bitcoin or all that shit. Yeah, it still works. I can use that, but it's less spendable. A free Waller. Okay, so you're still fucking me though. How old am I? 42. I would love to check it out, but I cannot because I'm on here, and this is my source. I'm using a phone. This is not a computer, and the computer is just bad audio, bad video. Just so you can see that despite all of the reckless. Hold on. If you ever feeling bad about anything, and you're just not feeling right, just give yourself a little head rub. You know, a little back here, a little here. If I'm looking a little tore up because I go out and just do random weed, bullshit, crazy things, and drink and eat and, you know, talk shit and whatever, I think I'm doing all right. Yeah. One of the it was 11, 22, 33, and 42 is another pretty important one. It's the number of the universe, right? Oh, you guys enjoying the music, by the way? Yeah, I look about 57. Thanks. 57. Well, I mean, I assume that I tell people 42, but on the grand scale of things, I think it'd probably be in the probably the 400s or 500s. I think that if there was a point that I was born and why I know anything at all, it might be maybe that many years, or I'm just a really fast learner. You're the only person that has ever, and I think you're just doing it out of jabbing at me, because I was fishing for compliments. The only person who's overaged me, and the only reason I had a dream. Oh, my dream last night was that I got rid of some of my beard, I trimmed it up because trimming up to here, I kind of can go to the beach. If I trim up to here, I can go to the beach. I gotta get rid of some of this mustache too. I go to the beach and get a tan, and everything's interesting, Skull. Yeah, I think Skull. I'll tell you this much. It really depends on when, in what week you watched me. There are sometimes I'm 30 years old looking and acting, and sometimes I'm 50. You know what I mean? Like, just like, did I have a fucking long night? Is the lighting correct? Like, this is just standard lighting. This is what I fucking look like. I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you'd have seen me a year ago, I had lots of gray hairs. The only ones I have now are a little bit right here, but I get rid of those pretty quick. And I don't wear hats too often, but it's just for fun. Oh, you do it to, oh, you tell ladies that look older? Oh, that, you know what? If you know what you're doing with that, that will get you farther than under. If you, like, I talked to this chick the other day. She was like 51. But she did look in her 40s. To me, at least. And I was like, well, how do you, like 45 or something? She's like, oh, no. I was like, oh, he's looking, and I mean, she was looking a little wrinkled and whatever. But, you know, chicks that are younger, like, if they're in their 30s, I'm like, what are you, like 41, 42? They're like, ugh. And I'm gonna give you the idea. If you go out and there's 3 chicks at a bar, and if you're man enough by yourself to walk up to 3 women at the bar, because obviously they're looking at you, who do you talk to? You do not talk to the fine looking one. You talk to the one that's at the end, and you give her attention. And they're gonna get confused, because what you're gonna do is you devalue their ego and what they think they look like, and you engage with someone that probably has a better personality. Probably, maybe not. You'll find out very quickly. But you do that, and that's a win-win. Oh, then the second one tries hard. Oh, yes. Yeah. And then yeah, you see, but if you, here's for me, I don't do that because it's too much of a move. It's too much of like a powerful move. Where if you do it on purpose, it's too obvious. You just have to actually be, you have to actually be intrigued by what the other chick's saying. And if you want a reason to do it, the not good looking one, she's gonna try like, I don't know, let's just we'll do this real quick. Dudes know this for a fact, and I don't know how many rappers have ever talked about this. Anybody will tell you. Good looking chicks don't try hard at sexual favors. No, they're not good to look at, but sexually, like here, no, they're not, because they don't have to work hard enough. And chubby chicks, they're always hungry, so what do they like doing? I'm just saying, there's because they have to. It's like you have to develop a personality, and you have to engage with other people without thinking that you can just you rest and rely on your laurels and how good you think you are at something. You always have to better yourself. You always have to, if I'm interested, I have to like step my game up. It's pretty obvious. See how it works? Yeah. I've always had this problem in life, and it's for a long time. Since you know the little tricks when you do them, it seems like a cheat code. And so I don't involve myself in the cheat codes. I'm just gonna do me. You like it, you don't like it, it's just what it is. Like, I'm not okay. and the step up from that is like, I'm the thing to be won here. I'm the prize. You aren't. Try that one. That's a really hard one to do. Yeah, I'm the prize. You're not is the hard one. And this is you said I look like you said like I look like was it you? You said like a skinny a fat skinny dude. It when I did kind of do workouts and kind of put a little weight on and took care of myself, you know, I felt like if I did it anymore, it'd be a cheat code. It'd be too easy, and I don't want to be easy. Not that I don't want to be easy. I just don't want like to think that you have to. It's this happy medium between making everything perfect and fancy and here look at me versus like being a slob and being completely disgusting, put everything everywhere. Like there's got to be somewhere in the middle. There's got to be a balance between like I care enough to care, but not enough to like impress you. I'm not out here trying to what's the band? I ain't out here to try to impress your motherfucking ass. Like that's not. If I'm out here making a joke to impress you, it's because funny is funny. I'm not gonna look too much different whether I put eyeshadow on and do something nice with my hair and whatever. I'm not gonna look that much different. But funny is funny, and intelligent is intelligent. So I'll work hard at those. But other than that, there's nothing much you can do unless you got like I don't know, get some of your ass sucked out of your ass and stuck into your lips and get I don't know, however people do it, plasticize yourself, I guess. So what time do you think we look at? Like 4 o'clock? Should I take a quick break and I kind of want to go see the ducks for a second, but kind of enjoying. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm kind of enjoying this, but I know I can come back and see you guys in a second, or you guys come see the ducks. I know if I shut this off, as soon as I do, what will occur is I'll have something else very like that. I'll feel like it's very important, intelligent to say that somebody might need, and I'm like, why have I? But if I just sit here and keep talking, I'm gonna feel like I left the ducks out of saying hello. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I was just outside. I'm gonna do this under 1 hour. Everybody, as per usual, thanks for showing up. Just you being here is more important than being somewhere else. Do cool things, be weird. If you can figure out how it works, it should be CashApp, PayPal, they're beneath. If you feel like, sending me good vibes, appreciate that, but that's kind of like, well, it's a thought that counts. Well, then think about me winning the lottery or some shit. You know what I mean? Stay tuned, do wonderful things, and I'll probably be back on here a little later. Let me go say to my friends the ducks because somebody just gave me like 40 pounds of food, so I don't want it to. Not the duck food would go bad, I assume, but let me go feed them, say hi, and maybe when I'm over there, we'll give you guys a duck tour. Stay cool, be wonderful, inspire the world, and only way you can do that is take care of yourself. And I'll talk to y'all very soon. Toodles, good to see you, Papa, and everybody else is up in here. Skull, good to see you as always, and be weird. Talk to y'all soon.